Right, hello everybody and welcome to the British Grand Prix for D1. Just be covering for Sam in the next 1 or 2 minutes when he's finished charging his controller. I've got to go and do something for about 10 minutes, so I will be back for the final part of qualifying. So I'll just keep covering for Sam until he's all ready to go. You know, when I'm disconnecting halfway through the race. So yes. So the British Grand Prix then, looks like it's all dry for now. And thank you to everyone who's tuned in. We got 8 viewers in the first 10 seconds, which is very good to see. And soon as Sam's ready, I'll transfer over to him. And then for the final part of quali, I'll probably be back and then we'll all be good from then onwards. And every driver about to begin their first laps then. Heating up the tyres, it's a pretty easy one stop, soft to mediums. Tyre wear really isn't a major thing around here, it's more of the, well, the temperatures that can really hurt some of the drivers. And oh, we got CSR Kimi, the debutee in his first race in PRL, already having an off at turn 2, and the nerves perhaps getting to him there, and almost getting in the way of Gary Donegan there. All good though, it seems. Ooh.
Falcon.
Hello.
Hello. It's good to be back.
Yeah, first time you've made an appearance in a few years, but I shall let you take over now. As I said, I'll be back within the next 10 minutes. If you'd like to pick one driver, just tell me now for me to spectate whilst I'm gone.
Put it on Rick.
Let's go Rick then. So I'll just be 10 minutes or so. I should be back at least for the start of the race. So enjoy Sam's commentary.
Sweet.
Right, I won't be long.
Don't worry. Right, so it looks like you're all stuck with me now. It's been a while since I've been in the booth, so pardon me if it's a bit rusty. But it's good. It's good to see. We've got a good turnout. A lot of new faces. Poe recently being promoted to D1, and I've heard he's very quick, so maybe he might be on pole. We've got CSR Kimi, bit of controversy surrounding him earlier today, but he's a new face, and I'm a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty. We've got TTG Ollie, we've got the TTG Mafia in here, we've got Lambo, he's been here since day 1 of season 17. But Ollie, I heard he's quick, but never seen him race before, so he's got a lot to prove, I guess. We've got Michael setting provisional pole with a 25.9, and I've sourced around a little to see if I could get a picture for what provisional pole might be, and I've heard it could be in the mid-25s, in which case Michael is awfully close to it already, so that could see him confirm a place in the top 4 already. I don't know what track evolution is like round here. Could be big, could be small, but what I do know is that it's a very easy soft to medium or soft to hard, so a very easy one stop. So we should see all the drivers gunning for it in quali. I'm not sure how many sets of softs they will get. We've also got Extra's Revenge. He's back for one of his races. I think this might be his third race, but he's already had one podium on his return. Can he make it two? That'll be an interesting story to see unfold. But in the meantime, I'll take you through the standings of the Division 1 Season 17 Drivers' Championship. In first, or actually, let me just scroll that across a little. Oh, this is going to be so difficult. Hang on. Right, in first we've got Mitch on 142 points, which puts him 43 points clear of Maxenda in second on 99 points. We then have his teammate Spine on 68 points in third. So already, I'm not going to lie, this is very unlike PRL. Usually PRL is at least two people in the title race. We've had Decky and Kara, we've had Decky, Mitch, Falcon, Michael, Neo, Killer, Agony. We've had plenty of names battling out for the title, but this seems to be the first season that I've been here where someone really appears to be running away with it. That's the same for Maxenda, actually. He's at least 21 points clear of his teammate in third, so it's going to be interesting. I kind of hope maybe Sendit comes 8th and Mitch comes 10th. That might work out alright. Then we've got in 4th, we've got the Haas of Decky. What? I didn't think he was that high up. Okay, so Decky's in 4th. And he hasn't even done that many races. That's impressive. In 5th, we've got Rickarich. And in 6th, we have Michael. Michael, coming into this, was title favourite. So to be down in 6th place is not embarrassing, but definitely not good. But Mike's a great guy. He could definitely bring it back. We've then got Jake or Killer Blue 195 in 7th, Lewis in 8th, Neo in 9th, Doom in 10th, Cantera in 11th. Neither Williams driver doing particularly well, but both, I'm pretty sure, have shown a bit of pace throughout the season. I think Doom, if he can keep his front wing, might actually manage to get a good finish. Saying that, he has actually won a race. Then we've got Lambo in 12th, Falcon in 13th, who's now no longer racing. We've got Odems, who picked up 2nd place and his biggest haul of points so far. He's in 14th, Gary down in 15th, Calic in 16th, Jeff in 17th, Lee in 18th. I believe Lee is not with us today. No, he is not. Haribo 19th, TTG_Poe in 20th, Cookie Games, who's also not with us here, in 21st, and then we have F1 racer Smithy and Skeven, the dropouts of Division 1. So that is that. Let's see what Falcon's on board with. Falcon is looking at Calic at the moment, who's apparently in the pits, so I can't commentate over one of their laps, but, well, not really much point in me commentating a lap if you guys can't see it. So I'll just keep you informed on the sectors. Oh, we have had Sendit put it on pole, provisional pole, I should say, 25.8, exactly 1/10 clear of the sister Ferrari team's Michael, who is teaming with Poe now. I think Poe's got that seat for sure, so that's good. Oh, I'm still kind of figuring this all out. You're gonna have to hang on a little. Ooh. So is anyone on a lap? Marquise is on a lap. So he's coming. Oh, that is very wide. I think that'll be a lap over as he enters the hangar straight. Maybe he didn't lose time. I don't know how much, but Doom is flicking it through Maggots and Beckett's right now. Doom is on his out lap actually, so that's probably not the person to go to. I believe Lambo's on a lap, so I'll switch to the stream and commentate this. Oh, this could be very delayed actually. I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. That might muck it up a little, but Lambo goes very wide at Cops. Might have invalidated there. I don't know how strict they are around here. But one man I've got my eye on is TTG_Ollie, who's coming through the last corner right now. He's hooked it up nicely through there. What's it going to be? Okay, he's starting his lap, or he's had a horrible lap because he didn't improve on his 127. Shall we go to the likes of Mitch Emery or Covent, leading the Drivers' Championship as he flicks it through Pops. I'm pretty sure it's flat out on this game. It's now lines up for Maggots and then Beckett. Clipping the apexes nicely, and then he hooks it round that last right-hander and onto the hanger straight. He now opens up the DRS. You can obviously see how far up he is on his time by having a look at his delta. Will the nerves get to him as he comes through Stowe? He's gonna track extend quite a lot. That's not going to be on the stream, but I can assure you he has track extended quite a lot, and he's really hooked up this last sector, to be fair to him, even with that track extend. But it's only good enough for third place on the grid. I'm not sure if he's got much more in the tank there. We'll have remains to be seen, I guess. On board with Michael, who's in the gravel. Maggots and Beckett's flicked it a little too hard. So can his rival, Mexender, increase that lead, that gap to B2? As I think Joom has just put a lap in to go P5. That's good for the Spaniards. He might be happy with that, I think. I think the drivers might all get one more run. So, remains to be seen. Aaron Collingwood. Which driver are you? Well, apparently the lobby's glitched. Not entirely sure how or what that means, but we'll continue anyway. So Send It comes onto the hanger straight now. Let's have a look at his sector times. Oh, wrong button. Send It is up on his lap time. He is probably up half a tenth, but it's all going to be down to his last sector. What can he get out of this last sector? Unlike Mitch, Send It sticks to the white line and keeps it in there. And lock up into the third to last corner, now through the penultimate corner, and now on the last corner. What's it going to be? Is he going to improve? Yes, he is. He takes out 1/5 of a tenth off his lap time. He'll be happy with that. Any improvement is an improvement. But as it stands, I can't really see anyone beating him. We've got Cantera on a lap. He is just come out of Luffield, now approaching Cop's corner now. So maybe he can put. Oh, he's got that all wrong. He's not going to be troubling the front guys. Got Neo down in 10th, Marquise down in 11th. Driver who I think I think Marquise is one of those drivers who potentially thinks he's faster than he is. So at least from what I've seen in PRL, other than the last race where he came second, I haven't seen the speed that I was expecting from him when he joined the league. So in my opinion, he's got something to prove. So no pressure, Odems, but I'm expecting big things right here. Calic, I think, always feels he has something to prove. Oh, what on... Oh, Calic, wrist. That is not how you take that. Just to inform you lot who haven't seen this on stream, because I don't think it will be, Calic has cut Maggots, Beckett's, and that whole section of corners to make it back to the pits in time. I'm not sure you can do that, Calic. I think you've been very unlucky that I happened to be watching you when you went through those series of corners. We'll see what the organisers think of that. We've got Jeff down in 14th. Falcon, are you back?
I am back. I've arisen, as promised.
It's been quite exciting so far. It's hard to follow all the cars, but it's ridiculously close. If you look at a 26.4 in 14th, and then a 26.1 in 5th. So, we're talking fine margins here. The fact that there's two drivers on the same lap time in Gary and Cantera, that kind of says it all, really.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mitch has definitely been sandbagging. I was practicing with him earlier. His best lap was a 26.3, so certainly he was leaving a bit of pace on the board. Not want to show anyone what he's really got, but yeah. What's that, 4.5 tenths separating the top 9? So very close, and the circuit's 3.3 miles. It's not a short track, it's in fact one of the longer on the calendar, so for everyone to be that close is quite astonishing.
It is indeed. What are your thoughts on this track in general, Falcon? I haven't really talked to you so far, but in previous games, not this game, because I suck at this game, but I absolutely love this track. It's got everything in my opinion, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, you see the drivers pull some of the highest G-forces in real life, and as much as you can't feel that in the game, you get that feeling of speed. You've always got to be on the ball, because a corner comes and then the blink of the eye, you've got another one just coming up. And Maggots and Beckett's obviously some of the most famous corners in Formula 1, but it seems to be proving very close for all these drivers as Marquez decides to call it a day, I believe.
I'm thinking, Falcon, you should hop on board with the driver and commentate a lap.
Okay. No pressure.
I wasn't really able to do that whilst you were away, you see. So, as much as I wanted to.
I'll do that with Michael, shall I? I'll do that with Michael. He's about to start his lap. Right. So here we go then. Michael coming around the final corner now to start his lap time. Obviously the championship contender of last season, leading until the final race. So can he make his resurgence? Coming through turn 1, Abbey, then through Farm at turn 2, and into Village turn 3, the loop turn 4, looking a bit unstable mid corner there. As he comes around here, you want to get a nice exit out of here as to propel you onto the straight through Aintree now and down the Wellington straight. Bit of a chance for the drivers to relax. They head into this grueling second sector, braking just before that 50-metre braking ball, clipping the apex at Brooklands, take a nice wide middle part of the corner for Liffield to propel you onto the straight at Woodcut. So going down this little mini straight, coming into one of the hardest corners and sections in Formula 1, through Cops, almost flat, and you've got to use all the track. Not all four wheels off the white line for him, so that will be valid, and through Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, and it's all about just nailing this and getting a good run out of there. Very good from him. It seems to be a very clean lap as he comes down the hanger straight now and into these final few corners. He's got a tenth, just over a tenth to make up to McSender if he wants to clinch pole position. Oh, he's a bit wide through Stowe there, and now coming into the final few corners, Vale and now Club rounding those two corners, third gear, fourth gear. All you've got now coming across the line, is it pole position? Oh! Yes.
He's pulled out an absolute stonker of a last sector, because I was following his sector times a whole lap, and he wasn't really gaining anything on his other lap, so he really must have had a poor last sector on his previous lap.
Yeah, look at Mitch now. Mitch doesn't improve, so McSender coming through Chapel now. He's probably going to be the only guy that can challenge Michael for that pole position seat. As is that who was that? Someone just propelled up the order.
Very close to his time. It's all going to be on the last sector.
Well, that was tidy through there for the Sauber driver, and now coming through these final few corners, Club, and now Vale rounding this corner, the little car.
Oh, he's binned it a treat. Oh, send it. I think he could have been very close for it, because after Sector 1 and Sector 2, he was probably more or less equal with his previous lap. And we're talking fine margins to find Michael.
Yeah, we got the final driver now on his lap, Neo, the German. Oh, no, that wasn't good through there. And, yeah, that's not going to be great from... Oh my god, it's P3! Wow. I did not expect to see that.
Just to inform you, Neo did tell me that he'd practiced a lot for this race. He told me almost 7 days a week. We're talking a couple of hours a day. So expect to see big things from Neo. This race, this definitely could be his time to shine.
Yeah, he's not
one thing I've got to ask you, Falcon, is P2 a better position to be starting? I don't think it is, but some tracks it is.
I'll tell you what, I'll refer back to the past few years around this circuit. The second row seems to have better grip, and I was doing practice with Mitch and a few others earlier, and I was fourth and Mitch was third, and by turn 3, I believe, we were first and second. That second row has got good grip. It's something about it, and I think...
I'm not entirely sure I believe that F1 has installed a grip advantage to the second row, but I will keep my eye out for third and fourth.
Yeah. Mitch has just informed me via messaging he was on for a .8 there.
Oh,
So
of course he was. Of course he was.
but that would have
If I
only
don't
been
see
enough
it,
for
I don't
P3.
believe it, mate. Don't see it, don't believe it.
Right, we now get ready then for the British Grand Prix. So, Sam, I don't know if you've watched these races, but we do our little intro. So, right, okay. So,
little thing.
if we get ready now for the British Grand Prix. Hello everybody and welcome to the British Grand Prix, located on the border of Buckinghamshire and Northamptonshire. It's 26 laps that make up this Grand Prix. The first World Championship Grand Prix held here was the 13th of May 1950. 18 corners make up the Silverstone circuit. It's 10 to the right, 8 to the left. 52 World Championship Grand Prix have been held here in its history, and the lap record is set by the Spaniard Fernando Alonso in his 2010 Ferrari, a 1:30.874 with the average lap speed of 145 miles an hour. The track record is set, on the other hand, by Lewis Hamilton in his 2018 Mercedes W8, clinching pole position with a 1:25.874. The current circuit length is 3.66 miles, one of the longer tracks on the calendar and one of the most visited Grand Prix on the calendar, with 140,000 attending the race this year. And the driver with the most wins around here is the Frenchman Alain Prost, with 5 race wins around here, ranging over 10 years from 1983 to 1993. Pirelli bring the the soft, medium, and for the first and only time this year, the blue-striped hard compounded tyre, not to get confused with the full wet tyre. We've seen the second row can sometimes be the row to start on. Williams started 3rd and 4th in 2014, and by turn 2 were 1st and 2nd, and Valtteri Bottas starting 4th in 2018 and being 2nd after just turn 1. The track is relatively easy to follow and to overtake, so this race should be thrilling. I cannot wait for this to get underway. Sam, this should be a good one. We saw the whole field is so tight on pace, it seems. And what was it? The top 5 was separated by the top 10 was separated by around half a second, which is unheard of, really.
Incredible, really. Incredible.
Yeah, so I cannot wait for this. I hope you cannot wait for this, and I hope everyone watching cannot wait for this.
I'm watching the second row, mate. You've got me eyes on Neo and Itch right now. I'm expecting them to be P1 and P2 come turn 3.
Well, not the whole second row, but at least, Valtteri Bottas this year started 4th, was 2nd by turn 1. Raikkonen obviously didn't get that good a lot, but I think the second row's got good grip. What I do want to say is that it looks very overcast. British weather, but myself and you, we're both...
I would have thought we'd have been informed if they expected rain, but either way, it's time for our predictions. And first place, I'm actually going to put money on Michael doing it. I just can't put money on Sendit. I don't know him well enough, but I think Michael is one of those drivers where when he's in the lead, he really can do well from the get-go sort of thing. So that's my prediction.
No, I agree, and I think I'd agree with that, Michael to win. But anyway, we'll see what this Grand Prix has to offer. We get ready for the 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix, and it's lights out. And away we go. It's a good start from Michael from P1 on the grid. Unfortunately, the second row doesn't get the greatest start that we thought they may do. But we've got Neo looking at it around the outside of McSendon. But now Mitch is down the inside. So it's not gone well for Neo there. Neo's keeping it around the outside. Turn to the inside for Vale. There's a bit of contact between the championship leader and Neo. Neo manages to maintain his P3. And what about behind? We've got Gary and Ollie side by side. We've got Quintera and Jeff side by side. And we've we've got right up ahead Mitch and Neo side by side going into Brooklands. Mitch is going to have another go at it round the outside and turns to the middle for Littlefield. But is Neo going to get a good exit out of here? I don't think it's good enough.
There's been quite a lot going on at the back. The big loser is Cantera. He just hasn't quite had the right lines through the corners and kind of been muscled out of the way. But Jeff has profited a lot. I thought he profited more than one place, but it says it's only one place. But yeah, it seems all clean at the back so far though.
Yeah, have a look at TTG Po now. On the back of Neo. Neo made a mistake into Maggots and Beckett's, and I don't know if he's got damage, but he seems to be struggling, does this Toro Rosso driver. After good qualifying performance, he's really starting to struggle, but Poe can't quite get past, and now he's got the championship contenders teammate right behind him. Extendit's looking down the inside of Michael into Club. Oh, I didn't see that, I saw it just ahead of me, and the Sauber is looking
Spine's
quicker.
Just done a double move. Spine's just done a double move. Spine just took Neo and Poe in one corner.
Wow, incredible. It's a Sauber resurgence here. And now McSendit's looking for the race lead, and Spine is already into P4. These Saubers looking really punchy in these first couple of laps. But now Mitch is right on the back of the top two now. Spine's obviously now P4, and all this battling for the top three is going to allow Spine to catch up.
It's getting a little bit messy towards the back. I'm seeing a lot of cars on the AstroTurf. Between about 7th and 11th, it really seems like a bit of a dogfight. Not sure who to watch, not sure who's gaining on who's losing, but there's a lot going on.
Really close all round, really clean as well, it seems. Not any major accidents. We've got Marquez's and Francis side by side. Francis decides to back out pretty sensibly into Copser. And look at the top three now. Michael is seeming to struggle for pace a little bit.
I'm looking at wing damage, and I don't actually see any visible wing damage. Maybe I'm not looking for the right thing, but that's a good sign. At least like everyone's sort of still in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the only driver I can see that's lost quite a lot of time is TTG Lambo, who's...
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah. Anyway, Michael is really struggling for pace, it seems. He cannot get away. I do know that Slipstream and DRS is pretty powerful, but DRS is only going to be available this lap, so they've been relying on Slipstream for the past couple of laps. This lap, it's DRS. Michael is sliding through turn 3 and turn 4, and McSendit is looking for this race win. He needs it, doesn't he? He needs this race win. He needs to gain points on Mitch.
He needs the points on Mitch. But his teammate, as much as he pulled off that sensational double overtake, really seems to be struggling for pace. He's got Neo topped up right behind him, and Poe and Juma also line astern right behind. Jeff's starting to catch up to this pack, as well as Cantera and Marquise and Francis.
Yeah, really good start for Spine, but I think he's maybe struggling with a bit of pace now. Maybe he used up a lot of his ERS to get those moves made in the first couple of laps, but I just want to turn your focus on Michael, because, well, he seems to be struggling a little bit here. He seems to have had a better lap than last lap, and McSendit has lost about 10th, but look, Slipstream, DRS all gaining that back now, but not quite close enough for a move into Stowe. It was interesting to see as we got Neo and Spine side by side, so Spine really struggling for pace now. He's just managed to keep ahead and defends pretty well into club section, now into Vale. Neo going for that better run, and he's got it, and he's going to stick his nose down the inside. It's very easy for two drivers going side by side through there to crash. Neo thinks better of it going into turn 1 in Abbey. Yeah, he's got a good result as it is.
One thing I thought would be important to note is Sendit has used much more of his ERS than Michael or Mitch, so I'm not sure Michael's struggling for pace as much as it appears. I think Sendit is just utilising his ERS much more. Yeah,
I reckon it could be that. I mean, from my personal experience, I seem to never use enough ERS at the start. I'm always too cautious, but I think that's what Michael's doing at the moment. You don't ever want to go below really 50% right at the start, but really when you pit, you gain about 30% anyway. So it's quite a... how do you say it? Yeah, almost tricks you into thinking, you're using too much when you're not. But anyway, McSendit really gaining on Michael now, and he's in 0 ERS deployment there was McSendit, and he's still gaining on Michael, so he seems to have really good pace. And as we said earlier on, he needs these points on Mitch, and he's gaining on Michael, and he's gaining, and he's going to pull to the inside of Stowe, and he's going for it straight away, and he's going to stick Michael out for dry. Really good driving from the American there. And now can Mitch capitalise on this, because Mitch is right on the back of these two, and Mitch is also not using much ERS, so Mitch and Michael not really using too much up. As McSendit obviously setting
a three-way scrap behind. If you hop onto Marquise, Cantero and Jeff, they just went 3 wide through that last corner.
Incredible. Now we got Quintero around the outside of Jeff. No, that's not going to work, and he's picked up a penalty whilst he was out that. And now Spine is really holding up the likes of Neo and Poe behind him. If you want to have a look at that, Marquise and Quintero going ham and tong into there. He gets a move done on him. We got moves absolutely everywhere. No driver can seem to pull away, and now we've got Neo down the inside of Spine into Brooklands. And he gets the move done, it seems. He's going to park his car very well going into left field. And now he's got a hit from Poe! Got a hit from Poe behind there. And that could have been a bit nasty if those two have really made quite a lot of contact. But Poe, is he going to stick it down the inside? That's risky. And he is keeping it down the inside of Cops. It's a Ferrari on the Sauber. And he's going to get the move. Really good job from Poe. Can he keep it into Maggots and Beckett's? Yes, just about.
It's very bold.
But look at Michael.
All benefiting Neo, isn't it? It's all benefiting Neo.
Michael's now Michael's giving the treatment that he received from McSendit and flies past him with absolutely no difficulty, it seemed. And G-Man's fine.
Has 20% ERS left. Michael has 50% more than he does.
3 times the amount. So yeah, Michael really kind of saving his race for later.
Putting all his eggs in one basket, maybe. Not quite sure if that's the sensible idea, but further down, Jeff has been overtaken by Marquises. I didn't see it, but it looks like Jeff's struggling for pace. Cantero was bottled up behind him as well. Now we've got Francis there. Also, right at the back, we've had a bit of scrapping for a couple of little one-on-one duels. Gary lost out to Calic, and I think Rick has lost out to Ollie. Didn't make the move. But yeah, that's all the news from the back.
Yeah, Lambo not really making up too much time either, so he may have damage or really is just struggling for pace. But, we've got behind, we've got Jeff and Marquise again getting very close. The McLaren and the Renault can't seem to separate themselves as it seems so far. Jeff will not even try it into Cots, can't even go for the dive bomb, it's pretty much flat through there. Mitch, on the other hand, I think he's playing this well. I reckon he's saving some tyre attempts because we know.
He's in the driving position, really.
I don't have to agree with that.
Someone in the comments has said, could you put the tyres people are on? On the little thing on the side.
There we go, we've got that.
No, I completely agree with you. I genuinely think Mitch is in a very good position. He doesn't know it, but he has more ERS than Michael. And if he just tags along with this little battle while Sendit tires Michael out, makes Michael defend into places that he shouldn't have to defend, and Mitch benefits from all this. So yeah,
really interesting. And Mitch is very close now to McSendit. And McSendit has to go defensive into club. I don't think Mitch really wants this. I think Mitch wants McSendit to attack Michael and then capitalise on both of them. I don't think this is what.
Beautiful run out of that corner. Surely with the DRS and the slipstream, pulls to the inside. Mitch has done this move plenty of times. I'm sure he'll complete this one. Surely we're going to send it right out to the ropes. There we go.
Beautiful.
Easy as you like. The Mercedes is through. It's a bit like real life. Mercedes v Ferrari for P1.
Yep.
Be interesting to see if Sendit keeps up given his ERS situation. But, we'll see how that unfolds. Time will tell.
Well, what we're going to see here is probably what we saw in the first 6 laps. Mitch was staying behind the top 2, so he could save ERS. Now McSendit's behind the top 2, he can save ERS. So
that's very true. That's a very good point, actually.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This track is proving very good for following cars ahead. There's pretty much next to no dirty air, it seems.
I
And
think Marquise is just getting up on the back of Jeff Revenge here. DRS and Slipstream was so powerful. Jeff's not even going to try and defend this
wow.
one. These two have been in a duel for a very long time. As Marquise, that's a horrible track extent.
That'll be a warning, I imagine. And
Jeff
now we've...
tries it round the outside
Oh.
and gets the move done. I'm not sure if Marquise was letting him through or not. Marquise seemed to be very early.
He got a penalty as well.
Jeff was braking. So yeah, that's really not done Marquise any favours.
Yeah, Marquise...
picked up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, Marquise did the same as well. I think at the final corner picked up a penalty. But yeah, Jeff kind of doing the Lando Norris move around the outside there. Of the third to last corner, and now Marquez is going to probably try and come back at Jeff, so he's put it in overtake mode of the ERS and he's going to pull to the inside. Jeff, very late move there. Was it a bit too late? We don't know. The stewards will decide that. Oh dear, that looked a bit dodgy. I don't know about you, but that looked a bit dodgy there. These two getting a bit too touchy-feely, if you like, and it's starting to get a little bit frisky. And we could see an incident happening anytime now as Jeff keeps it down the inside. But great battling, and it's happened already. They crash, the Renault and the McLaren.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. They're both off in that water. They both out. Well, they'll both retire, I imagine.
Yeah.
No, I was on board with Gary and CSR Kimmie. They were having a little scrap. You'd have thought they were fighting for P1 with how hard they were fighting. But Gary does actually have wing damage. So that's practically his race over. I'm sure Jeff's race is almost over unless it's going to be a miraculous comeback.
Oh, it's Mitch and Michael pit. Sorry to interrupt you there. Mitch and Michael both pit. And hang on, we've got a glitch here. I think I saw a car stopped on the track. Maybe if they were trying to go in the pit lane. Oh, Mitch has been held up in the pit lane. Mitch has been held up by Joom, and that's really going to cost him. The Ferrari of Michael hasn't been held up, and Mitch has lost.
Definitely game time there.
Yeah, that's at least a second Mitch has lost through that. Send it now. Well, let's see. Where does Michael rejoin? Does he rejoin in traffic? No, he's got clear air, I believe. Let's check. Yeah, he's all. He's got
all
acres.
The people behind are pitters. Lambo's driving with no front wing, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know, I think Joom's a bit of a dark horse in this. He might be quite a bit off Mitch, but Joom and Cantero both look pretty fast right now, so maybe for that last podium spot we could see one of those Spaniards.
Yeah, the two Williams looked menacing. Oh yeah, as Rick. Oh, a bit of an opposite lock moment into Cops there.
Did you see what happened to Neo? Why is he behind Calic and Poe and Spine? He must have gone off somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Because he hasn't pitted, has he?
No, he hasn't. I was spectating whilst you were talking about. I can't remember who it was,
Must have gone off somewhere.
Yeah, Neo and Calic did have a good battle.
Oh, I'll get on Michael.
Right.
Well, probably Sendit could jump Mitch. Given how much time Mitch lost in the pits, Sendit genuinely could jump Mitch. So that might be the person you want to be on board with when he comes across the finish line.
Yeah, however, Mitch has used up 30% of his. He's used up a third of his ERS in just one lap, so he's pushing and trying to obviously make sure that McSendit doesn't hold him up. I don't know if you saw McSendit's pit stop, but I don't know if he got held up or not.
I didn't see it. I just presumed he didn't. It was all in by himself as Michael storms past him.
Oh,
Mitch's
yeah,
gonna come out behind him.
Miles behind.
Mitch is gonna come out behind him.
A lot behind.
How much DRS to Sendit have? Not much. Michael definitely in the driving seat. Got a big enough lead back to Mitch. Although Mitch did take out half a second in that one lap, so his ERS use really came into play there.
So we've got yellow flags, and that's Jeff out. Jeff, well, after that incident with Marquez, I imagine it's gone downhill from him.
Should be a few words between those two.
Yeah, they were getting just a bit closer every single lap. It reminded me of the Red Bulls in real life in Azerbaijan. Just getting closer and closer every lap, and then eventually ends up in crash.
It's like rolling the dice until one time you don't get the number you want. But I believe, other than Spine and the lead who has just come in, it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. I believe they're all medium runners, as Rick right next to Ollie again, but can't seem to make the move happen. These have been inseparable from the get-go.
Yeah, now I know Mitch is miles behind Spine, but I'm just wondering, Mitch now stuck behind McSender. Maybe Spine may get Mitch, I don't know though. Mitch is a lot quicker than McSender. What's going on here? I think, has McSender got damage?
Cold tyres, maybe?
I don't know, I don't think it is, but Mitch is right on the back of him. Oh my god, he's going for it! Oh, the championship contenders went side by side into turn one, not obviously right at the end, as Spine's miles behind, by the way. Even Joom's got him.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
That's Poe's also got him, and Ollie and Rick going ham and Tom.
Poe just got him. Jeez, that was very close. But Sendit and Mitch, it's great to see the respect between them. Both drivers I've got a lot of respect for. I've only heard good things about Sendit. Mitch, I haven't only heard good things about, but I know when he wants to be clean, he's a clean driver. But this is not helping Mitch at all. They're losing time to Michael. He's also saving ERS. Saying that, Michael's burned through so much ERS. I don't know where he's done this, but he's got 30%. Whereas Mitch is on double that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to interrupt you again because Rick is now down the inside of Ollie. These two recently have been going at it, and into Stowe he goes down the inside, and Ollie is going to stick it back down the inside. These two not willing to give up this position. P2 on track, net P5 and 6 I believe. Oh, Ollie's bottled it, Ollie's off, and he's just lost about 4 seconds. Well, maybe not that much, 3 seconds in one corner. Got too hot on the throttle pedal.
Oh, Mitch has gone round the outside. I'm so sorry. Mitch has just gone round the outside of Sender, who's trying to get the cut back on Mitch, but he's not going to do it. They were side by side for about basically that entire last sector, but Mitch has got the move done. Can Sender attack him?
He's going to go for it.
Mitch getting very defensive.
These two, the championship rivals.
He's going to make it. That's incredible.
Back down the inside, and he's done it. Incredible.
That was a brilliant move. Perfect driving from both of them. Mitch left just the right amount of space, but Michael is laughing at this point.
Yeah, Michael, as you just said, well, he's got a pretty commanding lead, 4.1. Oh, look at Mitch and McSender. Mitch has given McSender a touch there into left field, and I don't think McSender's going to be too happy about that. He gave him a bit of a touch into there.
Did not see that, but yeah. It just shows you what one pit stop can do. That one little hold up that Mitch got, put him behind Sendit, and now 4.6 seconds behind Michael incidentally.
Yeah, they're in checkmate now, if you like. They cannot get away from each other. We've seen throughout this race as it's progressed on and on that you cannot pull away from a driver behind you with DRS and slipstream. Now Sendit's back down the inside. It's incredible to see the two championship rivals going at it for the net P2. Excuse my voice there.
They just can't break that slipstream and DRS down the hanger straight is so powerful that if you're within that 1 second region, come turn 3 on the following lap, you're close enough to formulate your own attack. So yeah. I'm not sure if Mitch will be able to. I think he'll pass McSender, but it's going to be way too late, surely. Yeah,
McSender's got to have to go. He's just gone defensive into turn 4 there, and that's compromised his line going on to Wellington straight. Mitch is coming back at him into Brooklands. We've seen this way too many times tonight, and it's going to happen again. Mitch down the inside, and he's going to have the middle line. He can defend that corner so easily. McSender's going for the better run, but it's pretty hard to capitalise on a better run.
I think he has to burn ERS. I think because what he's doing is, I think he's putting it in a slower ERS mode here to save it. But he needs to gap McSender as much as possible till that DRS zone.
I'll tell you, if I were Mitch, what I'd do is I'd let, if McSender is going to get past again, let him go past, and then go for it again, and then as soon as that's happened, put it in hot lap for the next lap as Lambo gets past Kimi, and just make the gap. As you said,
surely got to defend this. Surely, no, McSender doesn't go for it.
Hang on.
This is the end of the battle.
Oh, as Michael caught up to Kimi, and as Ollie's retired.
Ollie's out.
Final corner. That could be a safety car.
Travelled across the track. I hope that's a safety car. That puts Kimi in a beautiful position if that's a safety car.
And of course it's not, because it's Codemasters, and that's just what they do.
Of course, and you've got a car straddled across the start-finish straight, where there's no feasible way that car can be rescued. It's not a safety car. It's not a safety car.
Look at Michael though. Ferrari versus McLaren. We've seen this years and years ago, and easy for the Ferrari.
Michael has crawled through that ERS at a rapid pace, whereas Mitch, even though he's been battling Sendit, has still got a lot left. I think Sendit would be wise at this point. Mitch is clearly a bit faster. Even Sendit, I think, might be able to see that. But surely both of them can work out. The only way this gap closes to Michael is if they actually heads down. Mitch gets a penalty.
That's not gonna help
him.
him.
As I said, I think they've got to do heads down and try and catch Michael. Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
I tell you what, Mitch has gained a lot. No, ignore me. Don't worry, I'm being an idiot.
It's
yeah, don't ignore me. Oh, McSendit's gained a lot on Mitch, and he's down the inside. I didn't catch that. I was kind of just dazing, and then all of a sudden I saw a Sauber darting down the inside of a Mercedes into Stowe. Can't quite pull off the move, and this is what both of them don't want. Michael, well, this is what he's known for. As soon as he's in the lead, he's pretty much untouchable, and this is what he's doing in the F1.
I think Sendit surely should be thinking to himself. He obviously doesn't know the status of Mitch's and Michael's ERS. Michael has less than him, but Mitch has so much more. Surely Sendit knows though that 30 as a relative number is quite a low amount of ERS. Surely he should be saving ERS whilst he's in the slipstream of Mitch, and just tagging along. And if they don't catch up Michael very quickly, then he starts battling and he's got a lot of ERS in his bank.
I get what you mean.
Now, Mitch is surely gonna win.
Yeah, but I get what you mean. But he's managing to stay in this 30%, use overtake where he needs it, use no ERS when he needs it, and he's still staying on that kind of 30% mark. So, I mean, why not really? Look at him though.
Got to think at this time is surely set. Who's ever in that following car's position, it's their choice if they catch Michael.
Look at him though. Look at McSender. He's back down the inside again, and he's got it this time.
Maybe slipstream each other? I don't know.
No, they're still losing time when they're going side by side. Mitch stays behind this time. McSender finally getting the move done, but I think he's just going to lose it again this lap. So it's checkmate really. No one can pull away unless obviously you get within outside of that 1 second gap. Mitch is very close, and I think he could go for it into turn 3 here. McSender doesn't really go defensive. Mitch doesn't really go for it.
Spoiling our battle for the lead, which irritates me, but this battle for second is going to be phenomenal.
I've literally been on board with either Mitch or McSender for the past 5 laps, so I do apologise, but this is the only... This is the highest up battle on track. Mitch goes back down the inside. He seems to like this overtaking spot, and he's going to force McSender just enough off the road. Beautiful respect from the both of them. They're side by side. Mitch is going to stick it around the outside. This is incredible battling from the two of them. Very, very clean, considering they're both fighting for the championship. Mitch is going to stick it down the inside. As he just about backs off enough whilst not losing too much time. And of course, coming down.
Oh no!
Oh no!
June saved it. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
I know, I saw that.
Stuck it down the inside of June into Cops. I think that was too greedy, if I'm honest. But I'm wondering why these guys weren't catching up with Mitch and McSender. It's because they were having their own scrap of their own.
Mitch is going back at him.
That was a bit cheeky from Poe, but...
Yeah, Mitch has got him again. I know I keep interrupting you, and I do apologise, but
no, it's impossible not to. But oh, they're side by side. Poe and Spine side by side coming into the 30 last minute. Spine, latest of the late bakers, he's going to take that surely.
Oh yeah. As Rick Pitts. My God, we've only got 9 laps in this race left. Why is there yellow flags? And it's Francis.
No, why is there yellow flags?
Oh, look at Poe. Poe again down the inside of Spine.
I just switched to him and he was nose down the inside of Spine. Poe maybe biting up a bit more than chew with some of these. Treat others how you want to be treated and see how Poe gets treated.
Oh, Mitch has made a mistake into Brooklands.
Yeah, Sendit was having a little look, wasn't he?
Francis gives
I
up
think
in
they
the
can
end.
give up on Michael at this point. They're not catching Michael. They might as well enjoy and revel this battle that they're having between themselves, because Michael is long gone.
Well, it will certainly go down as one of the races that at least have really shown what they have got, really proving to the community what they can do. Oh, extend it oh so close to Mitch Emery there. And these two championship contenders not leaving any time, any space on the table. Mitch, I mean, no point of really, you can't do anything. So powerful, that slipstream.
Literally a passenger through there, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, you cannot do anything. No doubt, next up we'll see Mitch doing the same to Extendit again. But to be fair, we've got an excuse now not to be going on board with anyone else, because they've all started to spread out a bit. So these two are still the only two that are the closest on track. And,
and the three behind them. Other than those five, everyone seems to be well adrift of the nearest car. So
got a good excuse now to go on board with these two. Wow.
Right, so Falcon, you're an experienced driver, as in experiences in racing at the front. Me, not so much. You've had your ups and downs, but what would you be doing in Mitch's position right now?
I think Michael's well gone, to be honest. He may as well relish this battle. I mean, he's not going to catch him. We know Michael's no slug. Slug? Yeah, slouch, sorry. He's 7 seconds ahead. And I was about to say a slut then. I thought maybe not. Sorry, Mitch and McSendick go side by side.
You can't really talk about anything else.
No.
Side by side.
Oh my god. Oh, Mitch! He's keeping his nose just about in there. He does yield in the end. And as I was saying, yeah, just enjoy this battle now, if I was Mitch or McSendick, because Michael's 7, 8 seconds ahead, sorry, and there's no chance of getting him because Michael's very quick. Mitch back down the inside.
This is an advertisement on how to drive. These two are putting on a right show.
McSendit's back round the outside. Mitch now down the outside, and he's going to turn to the inside for the next corner. Yeah, this is incredible. And as you said, this is an advocate for PRL. This is literally the championship in a metaphor, if you like.
Well, apart from the fact that Mitch is about 43 points clear, but other than that, it shows how close they are in reality, which is a nice little thought. But in terms of Mitch or Sendit beating the other one, that was the main aim of my question. How do they go about beating the other one when they're so close together on track? Such a path. What would be going through your head when you've been battling the same car for the last 11 laps?
And I think obviously McSendit's the one behind at the moment, so if I were him, just keep doing what you're doing. You cannot risk saving ERS and then falling outside a second, not being able to gain up, even though you've got that extra ERS. I don't think that's a risk it's worth taking. So if I were him, keep doing what you're doing, because if you risk falling back, then there's that risk that you're not going to be able to catch back up, and that really isn't something that you want to happen. So I'd just keep doing what you're doing. It does sound a bit strange because they're just changing every single lap, but I don't think there's much more he can do.
One thing that could be in the back of Sennick's mind is his teammate is really rallying to his call right now. If Sennick can just keep with Mitch, get in front of Mitch, stick it in a low ERS, stick it in a low fuel mode, really slow Mitch down. If Spine comes into this, I'm sure Spine would happily hold Mitch up if he had the opportunity to, and help out his teammate.
Yeah.
So I think Sennick could play to this. I think he could definitely play to this.
Don't forget, also, about 10 laps ago, Mitch picked up that penalty. So, but McSendit won't know that. I doubt he's watching the stream, and I don't think he's going to know that. So,
that'd be incredible multitask. If he was listening to us as well as racing.
Well, I've known some drivers to do it.
I was going to stick it down the inside of Spine. Spine really didn't really defend that. Clearly used to those sort of moves into that corner. It's a very good overtaking point at the end of that first stroke. Such a wise track.
I tell you what, Joom is also catching up to TTG, Po and Spine, and those three are all catching up to Mitch and McSendit. Could we have a five-way...
Joom was initially heading that pack.
Yeah, until he
made a little tussled together with Poe that meant he's now at the back of it. But is Sendit going to have a look on Mitch? It's probably the biggest the gap's been, and it's still under half a second, which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. McSendit's been saving ERS. He's down to about 40% now.
He didn't even go on overtake on that straight. He went into mode 3, which I guess is the middle one.
Oh, Michael. That is just a dagger in the heart of every driver behind you.
It's not going to affect him too much, but Michael, we both said it at the start. Went, oh, Poe. What is going on?
2 Ferraris.
Well, we really did say at the start, Michael can really be, much to as this going to annoy Mitch, he really can be a Hamilton when he wants to be. Like, when he's on pole and in the lead, Michael just has this habit, this ability to drive away with it. Coming through the field, in my opinion, Michael, that's where he suffers. He's never very good at coming through the field. But when he's in the lead, he is very good. Very good.
He's
almost
quite...
like you, actually.
Yeah, thank you. He's quite a cool, like, calm driver. He doesn't tend to go for too audacious moves.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I raced him in another league about a year ago now. Myself and him were in a tight championship all the way, and I always used to know, right, he doesn't go for too aggressive moves, so I'll take advantage of that. And then I knew, damn it, if he is ahead of me after the first pit stop, I won't have a chance. And that's where he really excels. But look at McSendit now. Now he's put it into overtake mode, and now they're pulling away from the guys behind him, and they get past. Oh, now
maybe that's what they were doing. Try to pull away from the guys behind us. Poe and Doom are just going to slip on straight through. Again, a bit of contact involving TTG underscore Poe.
Wait,
has meant that
we got a glitch here. I thought we had a glitch then. I was so surprised for a safety car to come out.
Why aren't you accelerating? What are you doing?
Oh, interesting. That is going to help Spine save his ERS. Actually, that is a real blessing for McSendit.
Well, Doom's got 100 ERS. I don't know how he's got that.
Oh, that was short. DRS is enabled, and we're going again. That was very short. But what that is allowed to do... Yeah.
Over in Silverstone, and we are green. Neo's caught up to the back of that little three-way. Well, he will catch up, but the rate is going.
Well, what McSendit and Mitch have been doing for the past few laps is saving their ERS and stuff, but also slips from each other. So they've just now pulled away about a second from the cars behind.
It's like chess. When Mitch is saving ERS, Sendit thought, oh, well, I'll save ERS. So they're both matching each other. And relative to each other, they're gaining no ERS on each other, because if they're both saving it. So it's a beautiful game, really. It's a
beautiful game. Yeah, absolutely fascinating. Right, Mitch, he's put it into overtake. He wants this position right here, right now. McSendit, it's going to have to be a late move if he does go for it, and he doesn't. But this is just allowing those two to kind of pull away now, so the risk of being gobbled up by 3 or 4 cars behind them is kind of being eradicated as we speak.
Agree more. Post seems to have almost won that battle in behind. Does Doom have an answer? Doom has much more ARS, that's what he's got. But we'll see about that. Doom and Spine both absolute abundance of ERS compared to Poe. Doom goes awfully wide.
Oh, Mitch is down the inside! Mitch is down the inside of McSendit. Oh, sorry to interrupt you there. He was looking menacing, and then he thought, I'll catch McSendit unaware there. Couldn't quite do it though. He's going to look for it into Brooklands, and he's down the inside. Here's the Mercedes, and this time he's ahead by enough, so he's not challenged into the next corner.
Wow, like, I was just thinking, whilst you were talking at one point, I was thinking, Sendit and Mitch have literally been, not just following each other, they've been battling for the last 12 laps. They have worked out where the other one brakes, both use no ABS, they've worked out the lines they take, the sort of moves they do. It's going to be very interesting these last few laps. I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, this has been a real classic in PRL. I mean, last race in Austria was very manic, and at times a bit not too clean. This race has been really clean, and it almost feels more legitimate than last race. I can't explain it, but these two are now battling. Oh my god, this is just
showing off now.
He really is. Well, 24 or 26. Michael had
Poe's
about...
just made a huge mistake. June might even getting into turn 3.
And no, he's put it into 0 ERS. But I was gonna say before Michael set that lap, Mitch and McSender are now kind of back in this battling, and Poe was pulling away, so I thought maybe Poe could catch up, but now Poe's made the mistake.
Made an awful mistake on the last thing.
Yeah. Oh, look at Spine.
Defend this? No, June's not really going to defend this. Not even in the highest mode. He's going to let Spine have a crack at the. It has to be said, the rookie driver. Spine gets that all wrong.
Look behind at Cantera, Kalik, and Gary, and Rick as well. They're all very close. McSender on the back of Mitch. Again, this is where they can all start burning their ERS now. We're on the final lap and a half, if you like. And, well, this is where you cannot leave anything on the table.
It's where you make your money as a driver.
Yes, look at Poe's ERS, 5%. Wow.
I don't know which battle to follow. We've got Rick, Cantera, Kalik. We've got June, Spine, Poe, and we've got Sender and Mitch. I know you should be following Mitch and Sender, because they're the front pack, but it's incredible that everyone's this close after 25 laps of race.
This race has been really good. Can we race around Britain at every race? Every race weekend? That'll be very good. Just very hard. It's near impossible to pull away. I think where Michael's won this race, as much as he's driven very well all race, where he's won it outright is in those pit stops. So Mitch got held up, and just that second being lost, he fell out of DRS. He fell into the clutches of McSender, and I think the pit stops has been Mitch's.
It's all kicking off down in P8. All kicking off. Rick, Cantera now going for Kalik. I've literally no idea which one to watch. Cantera sticks it down the inside. That's very aggressive. And Kalik onto the AstroTurf. Back onto the grass. Is he going to push Rick wide? Or he's going to find his way through Kalik again on the wrong end of a move. He's not going to be happy. Kalik is never happy after a PRL race.
No, and these three, it's like. Excuse the reference, it's a bit like the we got Rick looking at Cantera. It's like, it reminds me of Crunchy Nut Clusters. All these drivers.
I don't know why that's coming into your head.
I don't know, it's just they're all in clusters, and then you got that little bit of gap, and then you got another cluster clump. Anyway, excuse that.
50% ERS. Poe has.
Oh, it's contact! Contact behind, Cantera and Rick, wheel banging left, right, centre, and now we've got Rick down the inside of Cantera, turns to the outside for Club, and will he be able to make the move? Yes, he does, but no, the Williams, oh my god, they're going to be 3 wide, they're going to be 3 wide into turn 1, Kalik, P10 to P8 in one corner, it's not over yet, Cantera is going to look round the outside of Kalik, they're 3 wide into there, and now Gary has got Cantera.
Spine's just been having a look at Poe all through sector 1, probing away. Now he's trying to round the outside there. I don't think he's going to get much luck through there. These two literally side by side for the whole first sector.
Gary and Kalik also side by side through there. This is when the move is going to be made for P2 though, because McSendit's right on the back of Mitch. Well, I don't know who to follow at the moment. We've got yellow flags, and there's Cantera. He's off at left field, as is Gary, and Cantera and Gary.
My God, I don't know who to watch.
Who do you watch? Well, look at McSender overtake mode. He's now going to put it in hot lap to the end. He's going to down the inside. Is the Sauber on the Mercedes. He's also got Spine down the inside of Poe. Poe back down the inside. Who do we follow? Mitch Michaels won. An incredible race from him. Oh my God, Poe's down the inside.
Poe spun.
Oh my God, Poe made a mistake, and now look at Kalik. Sorry, Neo.
Oh, Poe's gone.
Poe's up to P4.
All that. I had the most horrible camera angle you've ever seen.
Poe got oh, look at Rick as well. Rick down the inside of Kalik for the final corner. Rick's got it.
Contact on the line as well. That race is unbelievable.
I'd
That
love to
race is
see.
absolutely unbelievable. I'm glad I wasn't the one streaming because I had literally no view of any of those. But I was literally just watching the names and all the deltas change and just like screaming names. Oh wow, what a race!
Well, I'd love to see the gap. I would say from first to last, but I'm going to say from second to last because Michael in that Ferrari wins by about 10 seconds. Incredible drive from him. Well, there's 11 more races left. Can he mount a title fight? Well, if he has races like this again, surely he can. Well, a really good race from him and a good race from everyone, clean most of the time. And now it's time for the results for the not Belgium, not quite there yet, for the British Grand Prix. Michael then wins the Grand Prix by 10 seconds to McSendit. Mitch rounds off the podium finishes, McSendit gaining 3 points on Mitch, crucial 3 points in the championship. TTG Po in P4 after picking up a few positions at the line due to penalties from Spine, Joom and Neo in 5th, 6th and 7th. Rick in 8th and Kalik 9th, 8th and 9th for the two Finnish drivers, and Gary in 10th, Cantera in 11th, and Lambo, Kimi, Francis, Ollie, Just Revenge and Marquez's are all the retirements. Well, it's an incredible race. Looks like our third place man, Mitch Emery, is keen to get in. Right, let's get a few of these drivers in. Michael.
That was a workout, even just commentating. Dread to think what it was like actually racing.
Easy.
Well, you lost out.
What part of that do you not understand?
Well, you lost out to McSendit, so clearly it wasn't that easy.
Falcon, don't encourage him. He's not allowed to speak until spoken to. Just like classmate.
Right then, who is in this party? Shut up. Right. Just wait then.
Did anyone join? Was it just Mitch that's in?
Ah, well done, Mitch. Ah. We wanted to spread this out and now it's all concentrated on him.
Hello.
Maybe I'll pretend to be Michael and you pretend to be Send, and then we'll kind of
Alright, Sam.
No,
Right.
Send it. Oh, Michael, we've got a winner.
Yabba dabba dee. Right. Yeah, let's leave Mitch to the end. Try and avoid as much time with him as possible.
Naturally.
Right then, let's take this a bit more seriously. Michael, P1 for you and 25 points in the bag after looking promising in Austria last weekend and then getting a bit unfortunate with the weather conditions. 25 points for you. Can you now mount a title fight?
Probably best, I don't tell you.
Ooh. Yeah,
That was a fantastic performance. Me and Falcon couldn't really find a bad word to say about you. You drove away with it, but it did get close at one point when you came into the pits with Mitch, and he had a unfortunate pit stop. What was going through your head when you realised Mitch was like 3 seconds down?
well, it was a really good race. You now move up to P3 in the drivers with that win. So really well done from you. Mitch also loses a bit of his points lead to McSendit, so down to 40 points now. But really well done from you, Michael. And if you carry on like this, well, it may just become a 3-horse race for the World Championship.
I hope it does. Please carry on like this, Michael. I'd like to see a 3-way battle.
I like to hear that. So well done for the race win there. Won by about 10 seconds in the end. So pretty untouchable after those pit stops. But we'll go then to McSendit in second. Well done, Michael, by the way. McSendit P2. You were in a race-long battle with Mitch the whole race, it seemed. Of course, a race-long battle for the whole race. Really good battling, really clean. Tell us about it from your perspective.
Man, that was awesome. Not one complaint from that, really.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. It never really feels good to like beat your rival based off of a penalty, so I wasn't exactly thrilled. I really did want to cross the line ahead of him, but
yeah.
It is what it is. It's super easy to get a penalty around here, and I was just being really cautious to avoid that. But yeah, GG to both of these guys. That was some of the best battling I've had in quite a long time. So just thank you for that.
Well,
yeah, it was fantastic to watch. It was like a game. I mean, especially on that second stint, you and Mitch were literally. I don't think you went out without that 1 second, region, and you were both saving your ERS, saving your tires, and whatever. Absolutely incredible to watch. Did you ever think though at one point that you could get him, or did you know you were just going to be locked together with him for the rest of the race?
I was I hate this type of strategy, but I was thinking the only way I was going to be able to cross the line in front of him would be to pass him on the last lap, because that's just kind of the nature of this game. Is it's so sandbaggy, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's a little unfortunate, but yeah, if he didn't have a penalty, that would the last lap or the second to last lap was what I was going for. And I still tried, and I think I did stick my nose down the inside a little bit.
Tried quite a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's a loss to me though, I don't care about the time penalty. Like, we're both driving the track the exact same way. It's not like he's cheating or something. So it's in my eyes that was Mitch second, if that were a real F1 race. But
the points say otherwise, but I completely understand what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Any final questions?
We can change it if you want.
No,
well, I don't know about
that. Really good battling between you two, considering the Drivers' Championship is, on the line here. Really good, clean, and respectful driving from the both of you. Well, we've kind of postponed this for as long as we can, but I suppose we have to interview Mitch, the championship leader. No, I'm only joking. Great battle.
You refer to him as that when you refer to him. You don't need to call him the championship leader.
Well, he is the championship leader. Yeah, well, you've got to stay fair. Anyway, enough of the disruptions from Sam. Great battle. I suppose the same question as I asked from you, from McSendit, to you, Mitch. Great battling. Race long. It was certainly good for us to watch, and it just didn't seem like either of you could get outside a second, and that really just gave battles from about lap 11, and I think from lap 11 to the end the highest gap between you two was about 7/10, so really paid dividends there. But tell us about it from your perspective, Mitch.
I mean, once I got a penalty I knew it was kind of over, so that wasn't great, but
you're not meant to say that.
Yeah, it was a good battle. I enjoyed the battle. I think my pace was pretty good. I was expecting to be 10th today, so 3rd is a welcome surprise. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I mean, I could have gained 6, but I lost 3, so that's too good.
Well, no, what you didn't know was throughout most of that race, you actually had double McSendit's ERS. For most of it, you were in the 60s. How do you know that? How did you know? But either way, you had double his ERS. I mean, like I said it really. Did you ever think I can catch Michael at this point, or that thought faded pretty quickly as soon as Sendit came out in front of him.
Yeah. No, I saw him fly away once he opened the pit limiter, so I was like, oh, there we go. And then I thought second was probably the best I could hope for, and then I got a penalty. And then that went down the drain as well. But no, I had Jeff, or Jeff's Revenge, as you know him. He was telling me
Oh, I
stuff.
was going to say. Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, just a great race. Michael seemed to dominate after those pit stops, and Mitchell McSendit gave us a great battle for the second place on the podium, on track at least. So it's a really enjoyable British Grand Prix. I hope you join us next week, and in Germany, which is a new track to the calendar after a year's absence on F1 2017. Tracks are known for good racing, so let's see if we can have more of what we had today. So we'll see you next weekend. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next weekend. Goodbye.